Today in the pedal vault, the KMA Audio Machines Logan. So here we have the Logan by KMA Audio Machines, and if you don't know KMA Audio Machines, shame on you, because they are the creators of the famous Wurm as well as the Dead Stack, two of my most favorite distortion pedals of all time. There are a couple others, but they are very high on the list. Anyways, Logan is their try on a overdrive pedal, and it's called a transient drive. And as you can see, it's fully packed with knobs, but that's not all the knobs. So first things first, we have a level control, we have a drive control, we have a low control, a high control, and we have a mid control, MCB, mid cut or boost. And here we have a mid frag control where you can choose the mid frequency. The nice thing about those three bands is that they lock into the noon position. Really good feature. We have a pre-post switch that lets you set the mid control either pre-drive or post-drive. Really cool, haven't seen this on a pedal yet. And we have two foot switches, one that lets you engage the whole effect and the other one that lets you engage the mids, so you can put the mids totally out of the signal chain. If you want totally control over the mid frag knob during a band situation, you can connect an expression pedal to the EXP input jack, and well, then you can basically have some wah kind of effects. So, oh, I didn't mention the awesome artwork and the very robust metal housing, but that's KMA standard, so well, I didn't expect anything less. And it wouldn't be KMA Audio Machines if it didn't have some internal trim ports. So let's flip it. We have here this hole where we have direct access to the Q value control, because you can actually tweak the mids more by dialing in the exact Q value that you want to have. And we have an edited blend control, so you can blend in your clean signal. Engage. So it drops a bit of volume, high cut, low cut, with some really huge amounts of headroom with this level control. So drive, we crank it, adds a bit of the high frequencies. Nothing really drastic, that's cool. Lows. It's a nice low shelf, so we get all the frequencies. And cut does some really drastic cutting. So high seems to have its center frequency around the 4 to 5 kHz region, or 4 to 6. But it's also a shelf. And now the mid. First let's boost it. Well, nothing happens because I haven't activated it. So let's turn on the mid. Now you can see this peak at 720, and when we turn down it goes up to 150, 140. And fully clockwise it's at 2K. So let's find, first of all, let's cut some frequencies on the mid. see how this will look. This is actually the thing I most enjoy about this EQ curve comparisons. I turn a knob and something on the screen is happening. So satisfying. Okay. So let's leave it at fully cut, and now let's find out if the pre-post switch does anything to the EQ curve. To the sound it will have some drastic effects. Okay, it acts kind of a level control. So we crank this. Okay. Now let's have a further look at the Q control, and on stock mode settings it's turned fully clockwise, so I think it's the smallest Q possible. Okay, so you get the really broad Q value if you want to have it this way. But we leave it at stock settings. Okay, I don't have to touch the clean blend. You basically know how a clean blend works. And with this set, let's find out how this pedal actually sounds. Live review time. I want to try out how well the Logan handles a very small setup, well, actually smallest setup possible, and if I get some good tones out of it. Therefore my signal chain is my guitar, sometimes need a guitar for making music, into the Logan, into the Boss MT2W Wasserkraft MT2W Wasserkraft. That's okay. This will act as a preamp, and then I go directly into my interface and just a cap simulator, and it's some Celestion IR. And well, the Logan hopefully transforms this setup into something awesome. So, clean sound. Now let's dial in the metal zone. That's okay, I think that's a nice tone. And now let's add the Logan without the mids engaged, so the mids disengaged. Learning English with YouTube. And hopefully I get a nice, chunky, modern, dirty rhythm tone. So it adds some noise, but that's okay, I don't have any noise gate activated at all. It takes care of this flubby bass the MT2W has. Well, I decreased the lows, of course. And yeah, that's a cool sound. I can see myself at least try it in a band rehearsal. However, well, with Nightbearer we're doing Swedish death metal. Yeah, Swedish death metal. We're doing Nightbearer metal, and Nightbearer needs chainsaw. So, possible? We still have the mids. Let's try. So you get into chainsaw territory. I have to dial in the mid frag. It's really easy to overshoot to make it real nasally sounding. But this tone that I had in the end was really nice, I think. The pre-post gain switch is a really nice feature. Although when I switched it to post, suddenly my palm mutes were basically unusable. So I have to keep this in mind, and therefore I tried some lead parts. I think for the first time ever on this channel. By the way, do you want to see more videos about lead guitar? I'm mostly doing rhythm guitar. I think I'll do another one. So, if this video gets 100 likes, I do a dedicated lead guitar video. So, where were I? Okay, with the the lead sound is really cool. I have to try with the wah yet, because I wanted to include wah playing into my sound, and the HM2 sound isn't really made for playing with the wah pedal. But maybe this works. So, much talk, sound is good, so let's switch to the verdict. You know, this is probably the best overdrive that I own. I mean, it can do so much and then some. It can get this tube screamerish sounds where you boost your distorted amp, and you can cut the bass, emphasis the highs, or even emphasis the lows, add some gain, whatever you want. It always sounds musical. You get some really crushing sound out of it. You can really boost your amp. I adore this sound. Well, and then you have the mids. I haven't even talked about the mids. You can dial them in for instant chainsaw vibes, and you know what that means. Or you decrease them to get this really scooped sound. It's so flexible, especially the fact that you can engage the mids and disengage the mids. So you can have two totally different sounds with just the press of a button. Plus the internal DIP switches that I rarely touched. You can set the Q value of the mids to your liking and do even this. And then you have an expression port where you can connect expression pedal and use it kind of like a wah effect, or well, a mid frag sweep when you want it. This is so cool. Plus, okay, the artwork is awesome, but we know this from KMA Audio Machines. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the Logan? Do you know it exists? What do you think about KMA Audio Machines? Just write it down in the comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. May the force be with you, and have a nice day.